Good morning. Welcome back to Cub Cadet. There's the 1282 we just put together, waiting for the decal kit to come in. Today we're going to, I had a request. A gentleman wanted me to pull a dash, and we're going to pull it off in, actually this is a 1211 right here. We're going to pull it off and just show you how to do it. I'm going to try to do it without editing the video whatsoever. Just take your time. My goal is we're going to remove the steering box. We're going to take the hydraulics off. And we're going to start with the steering wheel in that area right there. I've already taken some of the bolts out of it, and some are loosened a little bit. I have one screw left, and it's a little bit difficult. I'm going to show you how I'm going to get that out of the plastic dash right here. This bezel is not in any great shape whatsoever. Going to give you the sizes. This is actually not a hard job whatsoever. I'm going to show you how I pull the hydraulics off in one unit right off, and it we'll pull the cylinder off also. So we're going to get that. I haven't put any penetrating oil on them pins on the cylinder, but well, let's hope it just removes pretty easily. Right here is a steering column. Now, the early cadets do not have this bolt right here to hug the steering column. If you're doing an update on it, put that bracket right there in, and that'll tighten up your steering box. So I'm going to put you in a stand. The first thing we're going to do is remove the steering wheel. I haven't had the steering wheel off yet, so we're going to see how hard that comes off. It takes a 15/16, and we're going to take the cap off. We're going to let it soak for a minute. I use WD-40. I'm a little bit old-fashioned. I think when you're assembling things and taking them apart, I think it actually works better. Now we're going to come back to that in a minute. I'm going to soak that for a minute. Sometimes you can just pull them right off, move them. If not, we're going to have to pound it. That's you've seen in my past videos, always rethreading them. We're going to go to the hydraulics here next. It's going to take 11/16, and we're going to loosen these up and well, actually, we're going to take them right off. Now, when you're putting these back on, they're JIC, and I'm going to show you JIC in a minute. They self-seal, so you don't have to worry about elastic tape or anything like that. JIC, actually, in my opinion, JIC was probably absolutely the best idea ever. Sure, a hell of a lot better than pipe. And what it is, you can see right there, they're beveled right there, they're tapered. So when they seal together, they just seal right up. We're going to put some WD-40 on that pin to hold the cylinder on. That'll give it some time to soak. There, she came right off. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. You never know. We'll put the cap back on. I sell a lot of them steering wheels. Everyone, they put them on with the narrow frames and everything. They'll fit any of them. So now this screw right here is fighting me a little bit. So I'm going to take a 15/16. I have a Craftsman. I like the Craftsman the screwdrivers a little bit better. These Craftsman wrenches here were made right close to us in Buffalo, New York area. So I'm kind of loyal to them. And she came loose. I've been soaking that all night, so I was hoping yesterday I couldn't even move it. Now I have like I said, all the other screws off. This bezel here, I will keep it, so if I need a piece out of it, I can use it. Because in the wintertime, when it's a little bit slower, I repair them. So we're probably going to have to bend that over just a tad. And that's off right there. So I'm going to move the camera and we're going to loosen up the hydraulics and the steering column that I was showing you. I'll move the camera down just a little bit. Takes a 1/2 inch. These are self-locking nuts. We're going to get them loose. This is going to take a minute. Now I pull one of these machines apart a day, so this is just customary. If you do enough of them, you'll know what size fits everything. This is, I'm not sure if I said it before, but this is 1/2 inch. And we're just going to loosen these clamps up. Now these clamps right here are, if they look familiar, they're the same ones that hold the steering column on a Cyclops also. So if you have some parts machines and you need some of them clamps, they're in a Cyclops also. A Cyclops pretty much used a lot of the parts. International Harvester had a lot, when they sold to MTD, had a lot of parts on the shelf. Cyclops was the last of the IH design, so they used a lot of the same parts to clean the shells off. Now I'm going to loosen up that bolt and then I'm going to move the camera again. One thing we have to unhook is this lever right here. So I'll move the camera to do that. So that's loosened up. Now I am going to put some lubrication on that, and you're going to see why in a minute. I'm going to move that lever all the way forward. I'm going to move the camera again. And what we're taking off is, well, I'll take you out of the stand real quick. We're taking off that area right there. This is the control for the hydrostat right here. Takes a 1/2 inch. And I'm going to use a ratchet wrench, and I'm going to use just like one of these open-end wrenches, 7/16 on this side right here. Put it all the way in the forward position when you're doing it. If you have any questions on dismantling these machines, just send me an email. Be glad to help you any way, shape, or form. I've been pretty much every place on these machines. Now I am going to flip this back. Maybe tomorrow I'll show you taking out the transmission. I'm going to move the camera again towards the front, and we're going to pull the 4 5/16 bolts off in the front. So that means we're going to, I'll take you out of the stand again. We have 2 bolts there, 2 bolts there. Takes a 1/2 inch to do it. Now I use an impact socket, and I'll tell you why I use an impact socket, because usually these are a tad rusty and they come off a little bit harder. And you can see they have quite a lot of rust on them right there. Sometimes you have to cut them to get them out. I mean, you get a little grinder. Now, one thing is, I did forget to tell you that I've already taken the side bracket right off in here, right there. So we're going to drop the handle out right here. We might have to take that bracket out. We'll put some lubrication on that. See if we can get that out of there. We might have to take that link out right there, that chain link. There, no, we're good shape. Now we're gonna pull the dash off. Now, I left the harness in. I'm going to, actually I repaired the harness on this one yesterday. I had a few flaws in it. Now we're going to unhook. This is the cylinder lines right here. It takes a 9/16 to do it. I put it on the wrong area right there. Probably should wear my glasses. I sold one of these valves the other day. I was really surprised. And there's the cylinder right, or all off the valve off, excuse me, the cylinder's right down there. We haven't taken that off yet. We're gonna take the steering box off next. We're gonna get it unhooked from the front end. It takes 9/16 and a half inch to do that. And I'm sure that there's probably a cotter pin in there. A little dirty in that area right there. Actually, they never put, somebody must have had that off because there is not a cotter pin in it. So now we're gonna drop the steering box. I'm gonna move the camera again, show you the bolts, and then we'll take the cylinder off. Right underneath there is them bolts. They're 3/8, they're very short bolts. 3/8 takes a 9/16 to take them out. We're gonna take that steering box right out. I'm gonna try to use an impact on it, it just makes it a lot quicker. And there's the steering box out right there. Now we're going to take this cotter pin out. Move the camera around and then we'll take that cylinder right out of there. Each day I'll show you how to do some different things that I pull apart. You never know if I'm going to be pulling apart a narrow frame, large frame, 1050, new style. I mean, you just never know. I do a lot of the newer Cadets, the XT1s. They're sure not like the old ones, I'll tell you that much. So now we're going to take that cylinder out. Takes they're 1/2-inch bolts. Takes 3/4 to do it. I'll tip you right down right there. save all that hardware right there because I like really shiny hardware. I don't want new hardware, I want original when I put these projects together. Because these washers are a little bit thicker right here. And right there is the cylinder. So actually, I will save this frame in this machine. I have a lot of guys that come in for lawn and garden pullers that buy frames, so I will save it. Maybe tomorrow we'll pull out that transmission. I appreciate everyone that watches me daily. Thanks for subscribing to my channel, and we'll see you on the next video.